What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video, and this is actually Liverpool's first summer transfer signing announcement video, because Liverpool are set to complete the signing of a very talented, very highly rated Dutch centre-back, Dutch defender, who is Sepp van den Berg, and he's playing for PAC Zwolle, a Dutch first division club. He is 17 years old, and according to the Telegraph newspaper and also the Liverpool Echo, he is actually booked in to undergo his medical this week ahead of a £1.8 million transfer move to Liverpool. So Van den Berg, welcome to Liverpool FC. This is such a very exciting announcement and a very exciting transfer news, because finally Liverpool are signing their first player of the summer transfer window, and according to the Telegraph, Liverpool have won the race to sign this Dutch teenager who has been very heavily scouted and highly, ranked among other clubs. PSV Eindhoven, Ajax and even Bayern Munich both all wanted desperately to sign this Dutch talent, but Liverpool have convinced the Netherlands under-19 international to move to Anfield from Zwolle, and Liverpool will make their first signing when they complete everything, the paperwork, the contract and the medical, and if the medical is passed successfully, then Liverpool will make an announcement on their official website. Van den Berg actually played 16 first team Eredivisie games for Zwolle last season, but most importantly, he is considered as one of the brightest young prospects in Dutch football. Sampdoria actually failed with a £2.2 million bid for him in January, but Van den Berg, who is due to enter the final year of his contract, basically Zwolle had no option but to sell him right now, otherwise they would lose him for absolutely nothing. So getting 1.8 million for Zwolle is actually a significant amount of money, but I think it's a big statement from Liverpool that we could sign one of the most talented Dutch centre-backs in the Netherlands for a little bit less than £2 million, which is like almost nothing, a pocket change for this player. And in this video we will take a look about what kind of player Van den Berg is, what he could bring to Liverpool. So if you are excited to learn more about this Dutch huge talent, then leave a like on this video. It just takes a second for you guys to press the like button, and of course if you are new to my channel, subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you never miss a future upload. And actually let's take a look at this guy. So this guy was born in 2001 December the 20th, so he is not even 18 years old, he is just 17 years old. He was born in Zwolle, the Netherlands, so this is his boyhood club, and he is 189 centimeters tall, that's 6 foot 2 inches tall, so he's a pretty tall player. He started off as a youth player in a CSV 28, which is like an amateur club, and then he was signed up by PAC Zwolle early on in his career. He made 43 appearances for Zwolle since being promoted from their academy in 2018, and he actually began his footballing career when he was just 7 years old at that amateur club. And also this centre-back has featured 6 times already for the Netherlands under-19 team, scoring 2 goals, and he's widely regarded as one of the brightest young prospects that the Netherlands has to offer. Of course, he's still a quite lanky guy and not too muscular, so I think he will hit the gym at Liverpool and bulk up a little bit, because you need to be a lot more physical in the Premier League. But I think at 17 years old, the world is at his feet. This guy can go places, and I think at Liverpool he would be probably playing for the under-23 side at first, but he will be slowly eased into the Liverpool first team squad as well. Liverpool have a good track record of developing young defenders in recent years. Just look at Trent Alexander-Arnold, you look at Joe Gomez, who is only 22 years old and he's becoming a first team regular at the club just 2 years after joining from Charlton Athletic for just £3.5 million. I mean, what a bargain that was. Trent Alexander-Arnold came from the youth academy. He didn't cost Liverpool almost nothing in transfer fee, and just of course he cost in wages. But the thing is that we could have Berg, Gomez and Trent Alexander-Arnold, three very promising young defenders, like almost a complete defense, for a combined transfer fee of like £5.5 million. That blows my mind. And also, if you take into account Robertson and his transfer fee, which was like £6 or £7 million, you have a complete defense of Liverpool, the next generation maybe of the Liverpool defense, for less than like £12 million, which is an absolutely brilliant transfer business in my opinion. And Andy Robertson, he's 25, so he's a little bit older than these guys like Gomez, Trent and Berg, but still he's pretty young at 25. He still has a good 6-7 years ahead of him. And the good news about these guys is that they probably don't really want to leave Liverpool anytime soon. I mean, Trent is a boyhood Liverpool fan, Robertson also is a massive Liverpool fan now, and Joe Gomez probably likes to play in Liverpool more than anywhere else. Berg has the luxury of learning from compatriot and PFA Player of the Year, Virgil van Dijk, and also we have Wijnaldum. So we have already two Dutch players at the club who I'm sure will help a lot this young kid to get used to the Premier League, to get used to living in Liverpool, to get used to moving to a new country, and they already have quite a great support network as well. So I don't think there will be any problems with Berg settling in to Liverpool. And Berg already made 22 Eredivisie appearances, and he had a regular place in the Pek Zwolle side. So I think that we shouldn't put a lot of pressure on this guy, but he is a big talent, so I will be watching his development with a very big interest. And Liverpool see Berg as a signing for the future, obviously, but they feel that his ceiling is high enough to see him fast-tracked into the fold under Jurgen Klopp, and that's according to the Liverpool Echo newspaper. It means that Berg could join up with Liverpool's first team immediately, rather than continuing his progress with the club's academy players. The strong competition, of course, surrounding Berg means that his signature will be celebrated among the Anfield officials, and they are convinced that he can develop into a top-class defender for years to come. So to get him this early for less than £2 million is an absolute bargain. Chief scout Barry Hunter and head of recruitment Dave Fellows have been instrumental behind ensuring that Liverpool have headed the pack above Bayern and Ajax in their attempts to land the exciting defensive prospect. And it is believed that Berg is viewed inside the club at a similar level to Joe Gomez 4 years ago, when Liverpool paid just £3.5 million to Charlton for his services. A series of long-term injuries, of course, hindered Gomez's development a little bit. He had a great first half of the season alongside Van Dijk before Gomez got injured. And Berg could become actually the second teenage Netherlands player on the books at Liverpool, after Liverpool bought Kiana Höver to the club last September, so almost 1 year ago. And Höver made his senior debut in Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, where they lost to Wolves 2-1, and he had a great debut. And also Höver played in an international tournament in the summer as well with the Netherlands, and he got some great experience under his belt there. So I'm very excited by the Dutch talent at Liverpool. And actually, newly promoted side Sheffield United has a defender, Jack O'Connell, who is actually a massive Liverpool fan. He says that it would be very hard to turn down an offer from Liverpool. This is what he told Sky Sports. All my family are Liverpool fans, so we couldn't wait to find out when we played Liverpool, and to face them on New Year's Day will be a special moment for me and my family. I'm a massive Liverpool fan. I went to the Champions League final in Madrid, but couldn't really enjoy the game because I ended up analyzing them as opposition next season. Wow, that's funny. I'm guessing staying up is the main priority for Sheffield United, but seeing Jordan Henderson lift the Champions League trophy gave me goosebumps, and I would love it to be me one day. Obviously, I'm happy at Sheffield. I've just signed a new contract. I never thought about leaving, but my dream as a kid was to play for Liverpool, and if they ever come knocking, although unlikely, it would be hard to turn them down. That's almost like an open invitation from Liverpool, that if you think that I'm good enough, just sign me up. I'm here. That's brilliant. And Liverpool are trying to sort out smaller deals before a big transfer happens. Berg is one smaller deal as well, but we are also trying to sign Divock Origi on a new contract. It looks like maybe Mignolet will stay for another year as well, and it's a very exciting time to be a Liverpool fan. I'm really looking forward to what kind of big transfers we will make. It looks like the Nicolas Pepe negotiations are progressing very nicely as well, which makes me super excited. And we also signed another teenager, another youth prospect, which is Connor Bradley, but we signed him for the Liverpool Academy, so that is not a major signing for the first team. Berg is a major signing for the first team, but this player, Connor Bradley, he is from Northern Ireland, and his scholarship will begin on July the 9th, so next month, after his 16th birthday, and he will have a 2-year scholarship, at which point he will have hoped to have earned a professional deal. And Bradley is coming from Dungannon United's youth setup, which is a club in Northern Ireland, I guess. And he has spent plenty of time on trial at Liverpool already, and according to the Mirror newspaper, he impressed Liverpool's coaches and also his under-18 teammates as well, or under-18 future teammates. He is very talented, and he should get a regular spot in the Liverpool under-18 side, who just won the FA Youth Cup, so it will have a very big competition for places. And of course, the avenue for these guys to the Liverpool first team is open, because Kiana Hover already gave a very impressive debut for Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold came from the Youth Academy, and there are a lot of other players like Harry Wilson who could get a chance. Ben Woodburn already played for Liverpool and scored for Liverpool, so that is also a very exciting prospect that Liverpool could give these young players actual playing time, and it's not like the first team is loaded with just senior players and we don't care about the youth academy. And I really like Jurgen Klopp's approach like this, and you can save a ton of money if you find just 1 or 2 great young players. Just look at how much we saved with Trent Alexander-Arnold, with Joe Gomez, with Van den Berg, for example. Like Trent Alexander-Arnold, with the talent that he has, he would be probably worth 40 million pounds at least. An English right back who is used to the Premier League, that is going to be, you know, a ton of money for any club. So Liverpool basically saved 40-50 million pounds by just promoting Trent Alexander-Arnold from the youth academy, which is great. And Harry Redknapp actually commented on what he feels the next year's Champions League winners could be, and he said, "I really feel these next few years the Champions League is going to be made for the English clubs. We've got Man City next year. I fancy them next year, actually. I think it's their turn to win it. If I had to have a bet on now on next year's winners, I think I would go with Manchester City." And Redknapp is anticipating an English dominance in the next season, but that is going to be difficult because I think Real Madrid and Barcelona will strengthen massively in the summer, Bayern Munich as well, and also Juventus will go really hard in the Champions League. I still think that Liverpool are the team that is best suited to winning the Champions League because of our experience in the European stage, and because of Jurgen Klopp and what these Liverpool players achieved. I mean, overcoming Barcelona after losing 3-0 in the first leg, having 2 of our best strikers not available, and Liverpool still made the final and won the final. that is just an incredible achievement. And next season, Liverpool should be afraid of absolutely no one. And I don't think any club would want to play Liverpool in the Champions League next season, because they are just a frightening team right now. And according to the Daily Star newspaper, back in January 2018, so just 1.5 years before, Jurgen Klopp apparently made a personal phone call to try to sign a centre-back from Mainz, who is called the Ivory Coast defender Jean-Philippe Gbamin. Why is this interesting, you ask? Well, back then the German was on the hunt for the defensive-minded and midfield recruits, and because it didn't work out, we went and signed Virgil van Dijk and Fabinho instead. Wow, and this player, his agent, Gbamin's agent, said that Klopp called up his old Bundesliga employers to try and get a deal done. And this is what he said. In January 2018, Klopp called Mainz and wanted to commit him as a centre-back who also helps out in midfield. But Mainz did not want to let him go in the middle of the relegation battle in the summer. And then Liverpool went on and signed Fabinho. I had meetings with Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal, Everton and many other clubs. He's in the shortlist, however not as a top candidate because its exact position is unclear. So this guy can play as a centre-back and as a centre midfielder as well, centre defensive midfielder rather. And this is what he said. In my opinion, he's a player worth 60 million euros. It's time for him to play as a centre back. There he would be a top player in all 4 major leagues and would make a great career. Of course, take this with a pinch of salt, because this is his agent talking up his own clients, his own players. So I think 60 million is probably twice his actual value nowadays. And I'm just so happy that we've got Van Dijk and Fabinho, because without them, I don't think Liverpool win the Champions League. I don't think we run Manchester City as close as we have been for the Premier League title race. And I found a very interesting interview. The Egypt national team, who won their first game 1-0 against Zimbabwe, they played a pretty okay game, but Salah couldn't really play as well as he usually plays at Liverpool, and that is down to Zimbabwe left back Divina Lunga, who actually gave a very interesting interview after the game. He said, "I feel great because the coach gave me a task today to mark Salah. He's a terrific guy and I was instructed to go with him if he cuts inside or show him outside to his weaker right foot. That was the task for today. It was hard dealing with Salah's movements, so I had to communicate with my defensive midfielder to be aware of the positions he was taking. It was about communication only. I wasn't nervous really. I would be waiting for this moment for a long time to play at the Africa Cup of Nations, and I wanted to prove myself. The competition is a good stepping stone, as AFCON is better than other African competitions. It is the biggest tournament in Africa, in fact. So this is a stepping stone for us to be seen outside the continent and secure moves abroad." And that is a very good point. Some players that do well in the Africa Cup of Nations, they could really attract some interest from other clubs as well. And Conor Cody, who used to play for Liverpool actually, he said that he understands better than most what makes Trent Alexander-Arnold's achievements at just 20 years old so special and so amazing. And this is what he told Liverpool's official website. It's incredible. People have to realize how tough it is to make it at such a big club like Liverpool and realize what he has actually done. How Trent has gone about his business is absolutely brilliant. You see how much he loves Liverpool. I've heard him talk plenty of times saying he wants to go on to be Liverpool captain. He wants to spend his career at Liverpool. This is his club, and you really believe him when he says it. I hope people realize how tough it is to make it at a club like Liverpool, because it is tough and the achievement is remarkable. The Barcelona game, the corner, will live in every Liverpool fan's mind for many years. To have that confidence, to do that in front of the cup was special. It's a mentality, it's a will to win, it's a belief in your own ability. It's also a manager who believes in you, a manager who wants to improve you as a footballer. I remember a couple of years ago when Trent played against Manchester United at Old Trafford and Rashford gave him a tough game. He played against Palace. Wilfried Zaha gave him a tough game, but look at him now. He's a completely different player. I think that's down to him listening to the manager and improving each and every day. He has been brilliant, and I fully agree with Conor Cody. The rise of Trent is just an incredible story. It's not a fairy tale story because he has worked very, very hard to get to where he is today. And he of course has the talent, but talent combined with hard work and determination and resilience and consistency, that could take you to the very, very top in your profession. And Trent Alexander-Arnold is certainly at the very top. I mean, he is one of the best right backs in the world right now, in my opinion, and he's only 20 years old. It's just mind-blowing. Really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.